What's up, everyone? This is Fobs. I am the host of For the Casuals MMA betting show. I'm here alongside my co-host, Ed, of course. How are you guys doing today? I know it's been a week since we've had any MMA action, but we're back with UFC Vegas, Roman versus Nasruddin, or Dolidze versus Imavov. Imagine if they just um would announce people by their first name. It'd be super weird. Cause you have Randy Brown against Muslim Salikov, so if they were to be like Randy versus Muslim, it would sound so weird. Um,
Yeah, definitely. Because I was looking at that, I was like, this guy's name is really Muslim.
yeah, exactly. And people would be like, "What the hell? Why is Randy fighting Muslim?" But anywho, we are back. We are here to break down the fights like always, guys. Um, I don't even want to talk about last the last pay per view UFC 297 in Canada. It was just a disaster for both of us. It wasn't a good pay per view, and yeah, I mean it happens. You know, you never, not always are you gonna strike gold, and this is a marathon, not a sprint. But yeah, I mean, it was a bad pay per view. Let's just leave it at that. Um, but yeah, we're here to break down the fights, like I said, and we're gonna get started with the heavyweights. Thomas Peterson against Jamal Pogues. Both of these guys from Dana White Contender Series. I can go ahead and break this one down. I don't really like any of these guys. I feel like both of them should not be fighting in the UFC. I do understand that Dana White needs more heavyweight talent. That's why they're here. But if I were to pick someone, I hate Jamal. Jamal sucks, in my opinion. I don't think he's very committed. Every fight that he gets, he comes in fatter, which is a concern. He should be coming in healthier, but no, he's coming in fatter and fatter at every fight. I believe today he weighed in at 265, which is like the heavyweight limit, I believe. And I think Thomas Peterson's going to take this one, to be honest. I think he's the much better grappler, the much better wrestler. Yes, Jamal has the better hands, but I think if Peterson can mix in the takedowns, show him different looks, then he can basically tire out Jamal and probably submit him or take him out of there in the second or third round, I believe. But yeah, what do you have here, Ed?
Yeah, so first off, looking at these guys on the scale, are you not familiar with the game? This is peak male physique right here. I mean, they look like you in the mirror after a couple of big beers. But anyways, besides that, Peterson, we know who he is. He came off. He's isn't he making his UFC debut after that big win on the Contender Series?
Yes.
We both of these guys are pretty sloppy, if I'm being honest. Peterson, he's a pretty big guy. He's just gonna use his wrestle to get you to the ground or try to control you against the fence. But that's really all he has for you. If you keep it a stand-up battle, his striking is actually pretty bad. Jamal, he's coming off that loss against McParkin where he looked hella sloppy. He sometimes can throw good volume and a decent pace, but he really doesn't have that big knockout power that you would expect for a heavyweight. So looking at this, I just think Peterson will probably take him down, grind him out, and get a sloppy, sad 3 round heavyweight fight that we all love so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I believe Jamal used to fight at a lower weight class, if I'm not mistaken. So him just being up, in heavyweight just makes me think that he's, just packing on the pounds just for the opportunity, in my opinion. Yes, he did beat Josh Parzishin, and yes, he lost against McParkin. But I don't know if Jamal would have come in at like 240, maybe 245, 250. I would have been a little bit more inclined to take the dog in Jamal. But I like I said, I have nothing in on this fight. Pick him, Thomas Peterson. But yeah, that's about it. Uh, yeah. Moving forward, you can go ahead and break down this next fight: Landon Quinones against Markel Medeiros.
Yes, so in this one, basically looking over it, Medeiros, he's coming into this fight, 6 fight winning streak. He had that nice first round finish on the Contender Series. When I was watching some tape on him, basically what I got from it is he has good striking. He's going to throw a lot of volume with this combination. He has some grappling skills in his back pocket if he needs to use it. And Landon Quinones, he came in on short notice against Nasrat Hakparas, the Kevin Gastelum's brother. I think it was like a week he took that on, but he looks well rounded. Considering he took that fight on only a week's notice, he has decent striking and pretty good wrestling. But I just think Medeiros wins this fight. I think he has good takedown defense and he's the better striker on the feet. And I think he's going to get this win. And at minus 140, that's not bad odds at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like this pick as well. I'm not looking to bet any of these guys because I feel like any of them could win on a given night. But just, I would honestly, I think this one's going to be a banger. Let's just put that one out there. I think fight doesn't go the distance would be a good look on this. It's at minus 135 for fight doesn't go the distance. So that's a pretty good odds if you're like me, then it's not too sure about who's going to win. And maybe even look at the under 2.5 at minus 110. I think that's also a great steal. Um, yeah, I mean, I like how you broke it down, Markel. He's a good boxer. Landon Quinones really did surprise me coming in on 8 day notice against Hassarat, and he's got the look good leg kicks. I think from the beginning of the round, it's gonna be all leg kicks by both of these gentlemen, and then they're gonna pour it on each other, and hopefully one of them dies. But if I were just to pick them, would be Markel Medeiros, but I'm probably gonna be looking at fight doesn't go the distance and under 2.5 rounds. Uh,
I was like, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid play. Moving forward, we have Luana Carolina against Julija Sterilenko. I can go ahead and break this one down. Luana Carolina, I believe she is horrible everywhere. Julija Sterilenko is the much better grappler. I think Sterilenko is going to be able to take her down with ease and might find the submission or even take her out of there from that fight. I believe she's the better fighter. Luana Carolina did come in 3 pounds heavy, and then the Storilenko team told her that she had to cut one more or else the fight was done. So she did. She ended up, cutting down one more pound, and the fight is still on. So adding to that, maybe a bad weight cut, a bad cam, maybe a lingering injury. Because when people miss, it's because of those reasons: bad injury or lingering injury. Sorry, bad camp, or just I don't know. I think those are the main reasons. But I think Storilenko can take this one. If it gets extended, Luana is gonna be gassing out just because she has the extra weight. But I'm looking at Storilenko money line and maybe even Storilenko by submission or maybe some round props on her. Round two, round three. Now, yeah, it might be looking good. What do you think?
Yeah, so number one rule here on the podcast, we hate fighters that don't come on weight. Take your job more serious. Let's go. But we all know Storlinko, she's 2-3 in her last five. She's coming off that win against, the trash can Molly McCann. Surprisingly, which she's higher on this card, which is insane because she's still getting that Dana White privilege. But Storlinko, she's dangerous with her grappling. She's gonna throw up submissions anytime, no matter what position. The only thing I don't like about her is her striking isn't very good, and she's very hittable. But uh, Luciana Carolina, she's 3-2 in her last five. She had a good decision win in her last fight. I like her striking and her takedown defense is pretty good, but I don't think she's that good. And like you said, when fighters miss weight, usually I don't like betting on those fighters, especially because it could have been a bad weight cut, lack of discipline. If you're missing weight out here, I can't ride behind you. So I think Storolenko is gonna go out and probably get this win, but I'm not looking to put down anything on this one. Women's MMA, especially when they're two cans fighting each other, it's usually pretty harder to predict what's going to happen. But missing weight, not a good combination for a victory. So Storolenko is going to be the pick.
Absolutely. Moving forward, I know you were really excited about this matchup. I had you, a lot of sleepless nights for you turning in your bed. Don't know who you want to pick, but we have Ji Yong Lee against Blake Builder. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that both of these guys, I believe, in my opinion, are complete frauds. Builder, let's just take a example. Builder, he has a very sus chin, in my opinion. He's been knocked down in the regionals. Yeah, he's just his chin is just big question mark. And then Yi Young Lee, he has good power, but his grappling is trash. And on the other side, you know, Blake Builder's grappling is good, but chin is disgusting. So it's a fight that, you know, anyone can win. I'm staying away from it. If I had to pick a side, honestly, I really don't know. I might as well. I think I'm gonna go with fight doesn't go the distance on this fight. It's at minus 135, or even under 2.5. It's at minus 125. So I think the under does hit, but I think that yeah, I just think the I don't know who to pick if I were just to pick gun in my head who were I to pick. What do you think?
Well, that was anticlimactic. So who's your pick?
Well, I mean, just I think I'm gonna go with honestly, I'm gonna go with Builder on this one, just because the grappling upside. I just think Yin Yong Lee, you know, probably has it. If he can take him down, you know, I don't think that's gonna be possible. But I think Blake is gonna be the one that, you know, outmatches him. What do you think?
Okay, so when I was looking at this fight, this one was pretty hard. I was leaning both ways. But when I was watching Lee in his last fight, the thing where he won by split decision,
On the road to
the thing
Asia,
I didn't like about him, yes.
and he
Oh
didn't
wait, yeah,
face like the best competition there. If we're being honest.
yeah, exactly. And not only that, whenever he would shoot for takedowns, he would do that like desperation takedown where he's all over the floor, jumping at your feet. And I don't know, he doesn't look that impressive to me either. Like you said, Blake Builder, he's aggressive when it comes to grappling. He's gonna shoot his takedowns. And when he's on the feet, he stays busy as a striker. Like you said, this one's a toss up. I sway each way. I was like, I might put it on a coin flip, but I think I said 2024 I was gonna fade you the entire year,
Oh my goodness.
but on this one, I'll tell you on this one, I'm gonna be picking Builder on this one.
Oh my goodness. Look at him coming in on the train. On the Builder train, the Builder Express.
On the fobs, the train.
On Fob's the train. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I think yes, Builder lost his last fight against Nelson. Um, but I mean, he's been on in the stage. If you know if I'm being honest, he's already had UFC fights where I believe Lee Ying Yang is, you know, this is his first UFC fight, I believe, correct? Or did he fight? Yes, his
I think,
first official UFC fight, other than the
yeah.
Road to Asia. I don't really count that. Um, and I don't know. I just think that maybe the nerves get to Yi Long, even though it's a it's a Vegas card, it's an Apex card, so there's not gonna be that many fans. Um, I don't know. I think he's a bigger fraud of the two of the frauds. Let's put it that way.
And yeah, I could see that too, especially looking at his record. We haven't seen him fight really anyone except all these guys from over there in Asia.
Uh huh.
So it's time to see how he's gonna step up to the challenge and face a real American and see how that goes.
Yeah, and just like you said, I mean, he's faced a bunch of Asian people, obviously, because he's been in the circuit over there, but not the best competition out there. You know, not the best competition. Let's just look at like
They're still
his,
building their infrastructure over there, and
yeah,
MMA is still kind of building, and the UFC is still trying to tap into that market. So, like you were saying, it's not like the highest level competition you would think. I mean, some of the guys that do come from there are very impressive, but we haven't really had an Asian star for years since the likes of Takanori Gomi and what's that other one? The one that fought Vonderlei and Rampage and all them.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't come up with the name.
Yeah, like we really haven't had a star for a while from over there, so it's kind of hard to judge these guys. But this is going to be, I think, his first real competitive test, and we'll see how this one goes. I just think Builder's probably the better experience and better fighter.
Yeah, I also saw something. I think it was on Twitter or X that someone said that like basically American wrestlers are just extremely levels up ahead than the, you know, the Asian wrestlers. Doesn't have to be like Japanese or or Korean. Just Asia in general. They're just the better wrestlers. Because American wrestlers cut more weight. Just the durability, and it's just a bunch of things that he went over. But yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I think Blake Boulder takes this one, to be honest. But like me and you said, it's one of those that it's a toss up. We don't know. Yi Yon Lee could take it. Could very well look like a killer in there, and there goes the Builder
So it's
ticket.
a
But
real coin flip.
yeah, I don't think I'm a bet on this one, to be honest. I might bet fight doesn't go the distance because I think that's a smart bet, or under 2.5. But
Yeah.
nothing on the money lines, of course. Moving forward, we have D Rock's favorite fighter, Themba Gorimbo, against Pete
Sure.
Rodriguez. Another one of these fights, and I'm just like, man, like who the hell do I pick? Because both of these guys are just very unproven. Themba Gorimbo coming in at 11-4. Pete Rodriguez coming in at 5-1. Rodriguez's only loss is against Jack Fraudalena, and other than that, he's basically beaten every one of his opponents in the first round. Um, oh, he beat Mike Jackson on the UFC, excuse me, but it's Mike Jackson too. So we don't know we don't know what Pete Rodriguez can bring in.
Hmm.
We don't know if his cardio is good. We don't know if he has good wrestling. We really don't know because everyone he's faced, he's knocked them out in the first round, and the only loss against Della Maddalena on short notice, I believe, lost. He
Yeah,
lost.
I think he's coming. Isn't he coming in on this fight on short notice or like 3 or 4 weeks notice on this fight as well?
I believe so. I believe so. So yeah, he looked great on the scales. I did see that he looked really good on the scales. Didn't look like this was like a hard weight cut or anything of that nature. Themba Gorimbo, 33, has the reach. Also not proven. I honestly, if I have to pick something in this fight, again, fight doesn't go the distance would be a good bet. It's at -460 or even under 2.5, -385. Most of the books think this fight is not gonna go the distance, so that's a pretty good bet. Just to parlay. If I if I want if I have to pick someone on paper, I'd probably pick Themba Gorimbo, but I think I'm gonna be rooting for Pete Rodriguez just cause. What do you think?
Not against The Rock's favorite fighter,
Get out of
brother.
here. Get
All
he.
right.
Yeah,
So
everyone loves him because he literally was crying out there saying he was homeless, and then he got a car, or sorry, a house from The Rock. Um, but yeah, Rock, if you want to throw some money our way too, we're also struggling over here. Not just them, but Garimbo, us. But yeah, go ahead, take it away.
I was like, chill out. We're not used to the welfare or anything like that. But hey, Rock, if you are listening, please send us some money this way. I promise that will go to amazing use.
If you are
But
tuning
yeah,
in.
like you were saying, if I think he told me last night he was going to tune into the show if he wasn't too busy making movies and making different moves and all that. But back to the picks: Themba Gorimbo versus Pete Rodriguez. Gorimbo 3-2 in his last 5 fights. We all know him as the fighter that got the house from The Rock. But when I was looking at him, he's a long, rangy striker. He looks like he's gonna use that range well, pick his shots, and he has pretty good, solid takedown defense. And Rodriguez is 5-1, pretty short professional career so far, but. Besides that one loss, he's been starching people. I know he had a couple of weight misses before, but when I was looking over this fight, the only thing I could give Rodriguez is that power. If he hits Grimbo with that power, he could end the fight and win it. But besides that, I think Garimba is the better fighter overall. I think his striking is better, and I think he's well rounded compared to him. And I really got him winning this fight. I hope he wins that fight, and hopefully the UFC can build something on this guy and stop having him struggle with those paydays. But hey, Dana, sign me too. I'll fight for 20 and 20.
Yeah, I mean, Themba Gorimbo, apparently he's 33. He's from Zimbabwe. I don't think the record, the birth records over there are too accurate. So take that with a grain of salt. He might be 37, not 33. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I really like the breakdown. He has fought more competition. He's fought better competition in the regionals, I would say. So yeah, Themba Garimba would be my pick. Am I gonna bet it? Fuck no. I'm probably gonna bet doesn't go the distance or something of that nature. Moving forward, we have Asat Maxim against Charles Johnson. You can go ahead and break this one down. I'm curious to hear your take on this one.
Okay, so for everyone that's out there watching, this is Charles Johnson, not Charles Jourdain, like my idiot self got confused and was looking at everything and was like, oh, wait, this is another guy. So, anyways, Charles Johnson, he's on a 3 fight losing streak. All of them have been by decisions. He looked like a good prospect whenever he first got into the UFC, but he hasn't really looked too well since then. But overall, he's a technical striker. But he has been taken down a lot in his last 3 fights. That's the main thing. When he gets taken down, he's going to spend the majority on his fight on the back because he can't get back up. And Azat, he's 17-0. He he's coming off that split decision win against Tyson Nam, where I didn't think he looked the best, but it also could be just the jitters of your debut in the UFC. Looking at him, this guy looks like he's very well rounded. He's pretty dangerous. He has good striking on the feet. He'll pick his shots. I like his grappling and wrestling abilities, and I think it's one of those guys that the UFC is trying to build up. And I think I got Azat winning this fight. Honestly, that's going to be my pick. I think it's a pretty good, confident pick, especially because Charles Johnson has been on that decline on the last 3 fights, and I think that probably sets him up for a fourth straight fight. And also, the UFC just trying to build this new guy in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Assad is good everywhere. To be honest, I wouldn't say he's fantastic everywhere either. He's not the second coming of Jesus by any means, but I think he's pretty solid everywhere. I mean, basically he's
Or Allah for all our Muslim watchers.
yeah, he's covered all of his bases for MMA. Basically, is what I'm gonna say, and he's okay at every base. Basically, he's very competent at everywhere. Kind of like I would say kind of like Movsar Evelev, who he's good all around, but he's not like a power puncher or like a submission like ace or anything of that nature, in my opinion, of course. Charles Johnson, we know who Charles Johnson is. He's gonna be fighting for his life, for his contract, his livelihood. Um, he's gonna come out there
Back to
probably
my family.
his family, yeah. He's probably gonna come out there and try to, you know, push a pace on Azan Maxim. I have Azan Maxim. I think he covers. He covers his price here, but I wouldn't be surprised. Disclaimer: I wouldn't be surprised if it happens like 2 weeks ago with the Neil Magny and Mike Malott fight, where
Oh God.
where Azad is gonna be fighting him, basically winning the whole battle, and then Charles Johnson just weaponizes his cardio because we know Charles Johnson has good cardio. Like that's a given. If he weaponizes his cardio here, then I think round three we could see another Neil Magny situation. But like I said, I'm gonna be true to my pick. I'm gonna pick as a Maxim. Charles Johnson round three may lay another like a $10 there plus 2,500. That's pretty good odds. But yeah, I think Asa takes it here by decision. To be honest, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, looking at it, I think he definitely covers it. But I swear, if we have another situation of Neil Nurmagomedov Magny pulling where the underdog pulls off my surefire bet, I swear I will flip a table and I'll fly down there and finish the guy myself. And no homo.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like I said,
besides that, I think this should be a straightforward goes one way and builds up a newcomer in the UFC.
I hope so, man, because like I can't take any more of those cards like last time where a bunch of dogs came out barking and yeah, it was bad. Let's just say we ended the night even, and that's by the grace of God. you know,
Yes.
like oof. Moving forward.
And a lot of it was
Go
A
ahead.
lot of it was some last second Hail Mary bets that saved us in the end too, because by almost the last couple of fights, it was not looking our way. So some Hail Mary, fuck it, let's throw this out and see if it lands bets, and thankfully they hit, ended up even.
Exactly. Moving forward, we have your favorite fighter, Barstool's favorite fighter, Molly Meatball McCann against Diana Belbita. A rematch in the making, 4 years in the making. I know all UFC fans are ecstatic that this fight is gonna happen again. But here we are again, Molly McCann against Diana Belbita. I think it's gonna be the same scenario as last time. To be honest, I think Diana Belbita is shit. She's been throwing the R word around that she wants to retire. Always bad when a fighter says they want to retire, they were thinking or contemplating retiring, because just like you stated, in previous episodes, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out of in the fight game. It's either 10 feet, 2 feet in, 10 toes down, 10 fingers down, however you say the saying, all the way 110% in. You can't be 50-50 in this fight game. I think Molly McCann wins. I don't know if she finishes her. I could see her finishing her. I did see Molly McCann on the scale. She actually looked way better than she's looked previously. I know. I think if I'm not mistaken, this might be a new weight class for Molly McCann. But I mean, I think she finally ate a salad, and yeah, we have a new version of Molly McCann at strawweight. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, because she used to fight at flyweight. Yeah, I think this is. I think Molly McCann takes this one. If we're being honest, and yeah, that's about it. What do you think?
Yeah, so addressing what you said, she looked very good on the scale. She's coming down to this new weight class, and like you said, looked like she ate some salads because it looked like a totally different transformation on the scale.
It's the
And
salad we
like you were
led.
saying, I don't like you were saying, I don't like when fighters talk about retiring. When they talk about retirement and you don't have both feet in the door, it's looking bad for you. It looks like you're out of here. So we all know Molly McCann's on a two-fight skid. She has that Dana White privilege and everything, but she looked good. And considering she already beat her, I mean, I know it was 4 years ago, but I think she's going to do it again. She's an aggressive striker, some decent takedown defense, and she looked very good on that scale. And I think she'll probably win this fight again. If probably a decision, I would say. If anything, maybe she throws out one of her signature spinning elbow fist things and gets a win like that.
Yeah,
But I
go ahead.
think she's probably motivated on this fight more so than others, especially with two fights and back-to-back submissions doesn't look good for you, and especially when your partner is over there thriving and maybe they're both hopping on some secret juice together. Shout out Paulo Costa. But I think she's just going to work hard in this fight, and I think she's going to be able to take this one as well, especially because Diana hasn't really impressed me in a lot of her fights. And coming off a loss again, and I think Molly wins this, but I don't know about if I'm laying some money down on her.
Yeah, absolutely. I in the first fight, Molly was bigger than her. Nothing has changed in this upcoming fight. Molly's still bigger. She's gonna be stronger. She's gonna be able to take her down. I know a lot of people, question Molly's ground game because it's absolute ass too. But I think she is the better of the ass performer, basically. Like the better of the worst fighter in this fight. I honestly think inside the distance is very live in this fight. Molly McCann inside the distance plus 225. I might take a shot at that. Might parlay with maybe maybe with a nothing I like in the first. Maybe with a Azad Maxim parlay piece. I feel like that could be really good. But yeah, like you said, I think Molly McCann is gonna be the bigger fighter, and she's gonna whoop her, and Diana's gonna retire after this. So moving forward, we have Gilbert Urbina against Charlie Radke. I think this is a very, very, very easy fight to call. I'm in on Urbina. I'm gonna lay some money on him as well. Better striker, better cardio. Charlie Radke is Charlie Radke. That's all I can say about them. I would, just for the memes, I would love for him to win, just so he can say faggot or, sorry, excuse me, the F word
Whoa.
on live TV, because I know that's what he did last time. But yeah, I don't know. I think Urbina takes it. To be honest, what do you think?
Congratulations, Fobs. You're canceled. Anyways, since I am now the sole
Proprietor.
podcast host, no co-host or anything, the primary guy here, the number one. Anyways, Urbina versus Charles. Urbina, we already know how he is. He's a really good grappler. He's going to throw high volume while striking on the feet. He's going to come forward. And the thing about him, like you said, he has a lot of cardio and he has a lot of cardio and he's going to be there through the entire 3 rounds. But the only thing I don't like about him is he does leave himself kind of open to get hit. But Charles, he's a grappler. He's dangerous on the ground and it's going to look for submissions. But he slows down as the fight goes on and is also hittable. I like Herbina in this fight. I like him. I think he's going to set the pace good and I think he's going to be able to take this win. I was looking at the odds and over. I don't see either one of these guys as really finishers. And I was looking at the odds and I saw that over 2.5 rounds is at plus 122. And I think I got a secret parlay for all you guys at the end of the picks.
Nice, nice. I'm excited to listen to this secret parlay he's been cooking. Uh, moving forward, man, this fight. Aliskov Kasyrev, I believe that's how you say his name, against Mahmoud Muradov. Um, you can go ahead and break this one down because I'm kind of passionate about this one. Go ahead.
You're passionate?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about this fight.
Okay, so looking at this one, Alice Scrub is 14-0, 9 stoppages. He's coming from the Contender Series. He was able to get that second round rear naked choke in his UFC debut as well against Dennis Tululian. Um, and when we look at this guy, take notes. When you look at a guy like this and you see that beard and you see how he doesn't have really any mustache, and you see that Russian flag, you know what the game plan is. He's gonna nonstop wrestle. He's gonna look for takedowns. He's gonna put pressure on you. And with this guy, he's actually gonna go for submissions when he gets that takedown. He's not just gonna grapple, hold you to death, or wet blanket you the entire fight. So but we know the game plan with these Russians. But Murderov, in his last 5 fights, he's 3-2. He's coming off that unanimous decision win against that scum that I hate, Brian Barberina. He's a pretty good boxer. I like his striking. He's very technical. He's going to throw good leg kicks, and his wrestling defense is pretty good. This one was kind of iffy. I was kind of going back and forth, but I think the pick is going to be Alice Cobb. I think he's going to come forward. I think he's going to be able to take this fight to the ground and slow down the pace and probably grind out a decision win. I don't think he's going to be able to get a submission on him, but who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We are on the opposite spectrum on this one. Um, Aliskov Kasyrev. My biggest question and biggest doubt with him is that he's only had like 3 fights these last like 6 years, and to me that's insane. Because how are you so inactive? I mean, you fight in 2018 March 30th, then you get a shot at Dana White's Contender Series in 2020, and then after that you take another basically 2 years to fight to get your UFC debut against Dennis Tiluin. Um, I think he's a fraud. I think Aliskov is a fraud. Um, he's only, like I said, he's only have what, like 15 minutes of fight time in 6 years. That to me is a big red flag. I like Muradov. Before the losses to Muradov, everyone was saying that he might be a future champ, this and that. Yeah, he did. He did get submitted by GM3, but I mean, come on, it's GM3. He's known for his submissions. And then I think the Caio Borralho fight was pretty close. If not, I think Muradov could have won that. And I think it was a very good fight where Caio Borralho showed him, levels. He showed him takedowns. They sprawled. He kept it on the feet as well. I think if Muradov can keep this upright and stuff the takedowns, I think Kasyrev is in a big trouble because I do give the boxing or the striking advantage to Muradov, while I do give the grappling to Kasyrev. But I think I'm gonna take a shot at Muradov just because I really don't like when a fighter has 3 fights in 6 years. Like that's ridiculous, man. Like you're supposed to have more fights than 3 fights in 6 years. Like come on, man. That's like every 2 years you're fighting, which is insane. And you know what the rule here is. If a fighter's coming off a long layoff, we're fading him. But obviously he's not coming off a long layoff. But again, only 3 fights in 6 years. Last fight was against Dennis Tiluan, which is, I mean, shout out to Dennis. He takes every fight he can, but I don't know. I just don't think he is that guy. I don't think Aliskov is that guy. And even in the Dennis fight, Dennis was getting up from his takedown, so it wasn't like he was just washing him and being like Khabib and just hugging him the whole fight, and that was it, game over for Dennis. No, Dennis got up on some of the takedowns, and obviously, Aliskov did end up managing getting the submission, but yeah, I think Murdoch should be fine here. Underdog, I'm gonna take a stab at him, but yeah, what are you thinking?
And not only like that, I think when we watch this fight and when it's going on, I think you'll be able to tell really early on in this fight which way it's going to be leaning. Because, like you said, I do give Murderdov the striking advantage on the feet.
Hmm.
So if you start seeing him stuff these takedowns or get back up and start dominating on the feet early on, I think that could be a tell for the rest of the fight. Or if Aliskov is able to take him down and hold them and he looks like he can't get back up, then I think it would be like a live betting situation. But
Hmm.
I think this one could be competitive, or it could just be one way or the other. So I think it'd be one of those fights that the first couple of minutes are going to be really telling of what's going to happen.
Yeah, and one more thing to add too, I also give Muradov. Obviously, he's faced the better competition since he's been in the UFC for a while now, since 2019. So he's faced top level competition, and when I say top level competition, I know you guys might be like, yeah, but who has he faced? He's faced Trevor Smith, Alessio Di Chirico. Like, yes, but all of these people were in the UFC. Like, you're in the UFC for a reason, Like, obviously, yes, sometimes bums come through the cracks, of course, but he's faced UFC level competition since 2019. So I think you're gonna have to take that into account. That he has faced UFC level competition, and he might get the win here. But we'll see. Like you said, it's gonna be very easily telling who's gonna be the side once maybe a round passes, or maybe the first 3 to 5 minutes of the round. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Muradov just to take a shot at him. But yeah, go ahead and break down the next fight.
Okay, so looking at this, we had Viviana. How do you say her last name?
Araujo.
Araja and Natalie Silva. Looking at this one, it was pretty straightforward. I had this one, honestly. Vivian is freaking 2-3 in her last 5 fights. She had a decision win over Jennifer Maya. She's a very good technical boxer, good low kicks, looks very athletic and fast, and she's gonna hunt for a finish. But Natalie Silva, she's on a 10-fight win streak. I think she's a very well rounded fighter. I think she's going to come forward. She also has good power in her hands, especially for being a woman. No sexist or anything. I support all you, but she's also very good with her wrestling. She'll stay when she fights, the power in her hands stay throughout the fight. She could finish you in the first round or the third round. She finished Victoria Leonardo in the first round. She finished Teresa Bilda in the third round. So she's gonna have that through the entire fight. And I think she looks like a future contender. I feel like she could be the top five, be one of the top five fighters in in the division in the future. So I think it's got to be Silva all day because I was looking at the way that Viviana could probably get a win in this fight, and I don't see it happening. I just think Silva's class above her, and I think she's gonna win this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how you broke this down. Vivian Araujo against Natalia Silva. Vivian coming in at 37 years old. Silva is 26 years old. I think it is the changing of the guard here. I do think that Natalia Silva is gonna. I think she's gonna put away Viviana Rauscher. To be honest, I think it's gonna be really bad. I think Natalia is gonna be able to take her down, ground and pound her, basically do whatever she wants to Viviana Rauscher. Viviana Rauscher, I think like I said, she's 37. She's good for one round, and then she fades really bad. Like the cardio is not there in round two, round three. So it's gonna be Natalia Silva's, probably her biggest test to date. Not that she's gonna have better tests after this, but I think Natalia Silva wins this one. You can parlay Natalia Silva money line -350, or Natalia Silva inside the distance at +260. That's probably the one I'm gonna take. Because I mean she can win by either submission or KO. So and I don't want to risk my chances of betting KO and then she wins by submission. So inside the distance +260 would be a nice parlay piece. I do think, like I said, I do think Natalia Silva is better everywhere. She's the younger fighter. She's going to be stronger. She's going to be faster. The takedowns are going to be there. Viviana Raja is going to be looking good for one round, and then after that, it is all going to be Natalia Silva. So I have Natalia Silva. I'm very big on Natalia Silva. So I might even bet Natalia Silva round two, round three at +850 and +1100. Might be some good spots to take her. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think she's taking this fight all day, no matter what way you look at it. I think she's gonna get this, and I do have something on Natalia Silva, but I gotta wait until we get through these other fights before I let that one out.
Oh, he cooking. Who let him cook? Who let him cook? Moving
Hey,
forward,
hopefully the kitchen doesn't burn like last time.
the kitchen was not on last 2 weeks ago.
That shit was shut down by the health inspector, the health department, and the FBI. So this week we gotta cook something up.
Exactly. Moving forward, we have Randy Brown against Muslim Salikov. Um, Very weird fight in my opinion. I mean, we know who Randy Brown is. We know who Muslim Salikov is. Randy Brown has the 8-inch reach advantage. Salikov is coming in at 39 years old. He is the older fighter. A lot of people are questioning if he is really 39 because there's pictures out there of him looking very, very old, like he's 45. He's looking like he's Tony Ferguson's dad out there. So not a good look on Salikov. I think Randy Brown should be able to win this one. Honestly, I think he should be able to hopefully knock him out. But if something's telling about Randy Brown, he doesn't usually go. He doesn't have that like killer instincts. Most of his fights have gone the decision since 2021, 2022. Last finish he got was against Alex Oliveira in 2021. So I can bank on this one, maybe going the distance. We just have to see how bad is Salikov. Is he really shot? Is this it, or is it maybe one last run for Salikov to beat Randy Brown? If Salikov can implement his game plan, I think he is a live dog. But I don't really see that happening most of the times. Also, Salikov is very hard to take out of there. I think Li Lang was the last person to do it, and before that, I don't think he has lost by KO, if I'm not mistaken. Going back all the way since 2017, and 2017 he lost by submission. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I think, like I said, I think Randy Brown should be able to take this one, but one of those that I'm gonna stay away because I feel like I might get burned on here, and Salikov comes in, and he is the king of kung fu for a reason, so he might kung fu his way into a decision. But yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, so looking at this, Randy Brown, very lengthy,
Very
tall, and
long.
everything.
Yeah.
He's going to use that. He's going to use that with his boxing and his kicks. He's also got solid BJJ and good grappling. And like you said, Muslim, he's older. He's up there in age, 39, about to be 40. Like you said, could possibly be 45. I mean, his topology picture is black and white, so I don't know. Maybe he was born before that and something we don't know. but he's a solid wrestler. He hits very hard and he's going to use it if he needs to. But I think at this age, he looked like he could be slowing down and could be going down. So I think if Randy Brown fights a technical fight, he uses boxing, his length, and just stays on the outside, I think he wins this fight. And I think I got him winning. I don't think Muslim is going to have it anymore. I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if this is something how the tide starts to turn, but I think I'm pretty confident in Randy Brown. I think my confidence level is at a high on this pick.
Nice, nice. Awesome. Yeah, so Randy Brown on this one. Next, we got the co-main event, Renato Money Moicano against Drew the Crimson Chin Dober. I can go ahead and break this one down. This one's gonna be a good one. It's gonna. I wish this one was the main event. I'm not really looking forward to the main event, but I like the co-main event a lot. I like Moicano in this fight, to be honest. I feel like he's got the grappling upside. He can get Dober's back, tap him out. Drew Dober's only like Drew Dober. So here's the thing: everyone makes seem like Drew Dober's the best to ever do it, but I think the only thing that Drew Dober is really good at is having a great chin and also having like very very like retard power. you know, um, just stupid
And you're canceled again.
mongoloid power is what Drew Dober
There we go.
has, and yeah, I mean, yeah, Moicano is a bit chinny, but I feel like he's smart enough to get away from that scenario. Maybe not, go for the takedowns. Hopefully, go to the takedowns and not try to trade shots with Drew Dober. If he goes for the takedowns, I think Renato can beat him easily and may find a submission. But I mean, if he does get bonked and he dies in there in the ring, then obviously it's Dober. Could go either way. Like I said, Dober can catch him and he could put him out. But my money or my pick is with Renato Moicano. What do you think?
Okay, so this one had me on the fence. I was like, do I want money or do I want the Crimson Chin? So hard. I was like, Moicano wants money or Drew Crimson Chin Dober. Such a tough one. But when I was looking at this, obviously the thing I don't like about Moicano is he hasn't fought in over a year. His last fight was in 2020. And it's been a while. I mean, I don't get what's the thing. I think he was injured at one point, but like you said, he's very high level when it comes to BJJ. He has his black belt. I like his striking, very technical. He's going to set a volume, he's going to set a good pace, and he's going to come at you, but we also know who Drew Dober is. He's the Crimson Chin. We all know that. 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He's coming off that easy first round finish of Ricky Glenn, where people were thinking, oh, maybe his chin is gone. We didn't see it tested, so that's still a question. I was like, did Matt Frivola start the code of the downfall of the chin? Or is that thing still amazing? Because that thing is a specimen when you look at it. But we know who Drew Dober is. He's a technical striker. He's kind of a kickboxer. He's gonna throw bombs, but he is hittable. And when I was looking at this, I was trying to figure out which guy I was gonna pick, and I figured out I knew the answer all along. It was always Drew the Crimson Chin
Oh
Dober.
my
I'm taking the
goodness.
underdog at plus 160. This is the lock of the week. And I got something else with this one after the main event.
Oh my goodness. All right, you heard it here first. That is his lock of the week. I don't think I even have a lock of the week. I don't think I made one, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I'm really looking forward to this one. Moving forward, we have probably the more like underwhelming main event I've ever heard in my life, other than like Myra Bueno Silva against Holly Holm. uh, but other than that, I mean, we have Roman Dolidze against Nasruddin Imavov. I can go ahead and break this one down. I think Imavov should be good here. He should win this one easily. Um, he is the much better fighter. He's the younger fighter. Roman Dolidze, he has a weird run in the UFC. He's a freak of nature. He's hella strong, but
Mhm.
I don't see other than just pure strength. I think Nasruddin Imavov is better everywhere else. Yes, Imavov doesn't have the brute strength that Roman Dolidze possesses, but I think he's the much better fighter, the much smarter fighter. Fight IQ is probably up there. probably the better boxer. Both guys coming in basically identical on reach, so that doesn't even play a factor. But yeah, I think Imavov should be the better fighter in this fight because I think he's well rounded. He's better well rounded than than Dolidze. Yes, people are questioning his cardio, but I think it's proven from the last fight that he had against Sean Strickland, that his cardio did hold up, and yeah, I mean, Sean Strickland beat him because Strickland is a phenomenal. As much as people don't want to give him credit, he's a good boxer, good striker, and that's how he beat Imavov. But do I think Dolidze is a better boxer than Imavov? Hell no, I don't think so. I don't think Dolidze is a up to par of a boxer with Sean Strickland. No, so I think Imavov should win this one. What do you think?
Yeah, so looking over this fight, like you said, Dolidze is a freak of nature. This guy has world championship grappling. His BJJ is insane, and he actually has some power in his hands. But like you're saying, Imavov, I l- there's no shame to losing to Strickland. He was a champ and arguably won that last fight against that South African chump. But anyways, besides that, Imavov, he looked good in the Chris Curtis fight as well before it got stopped because of the accidental clash of heads. He was able to take him down 3 times, and usually Chris Curtis doesn't get taken down like that. He made it look pretty easy. I thought if that fight continued, I thought Imavov was gonna win an easy unanimous decision victory. He's very big for the middleweight. He's gonna come forward with striking. He's good at counter striking and has good wrestling. And like you said, this one is very underwhelming for a UFC main event. I think the last fight was the people's main event and should be the real main event. But looking over at this, I think Amava's going to win this. I think he's going to win the striking battle on the feet and probably coast to a decision victory. And before all that, is Roman Delice's name really the Caucasian?
Oh, let me see, dude. If Have you seen
Because
him being
if it is,
interviewed?
I should fade the shit out of him for that.
He is. The nickname is the Caucasian.
That's disgusting. Imavov, easy W. Roman Delice, change that nickname before I throw up, buddy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, have you seen him being interviewed? Like he thinks like he's a mega Chad. Let's just put it out
Yes,
there. Like he thinks he's like Andrew Tate, to be honest. Like the way he talks, like he thinks he's like the guy. Which I mean, my boy, you're not the guy. um,
you're not that guy.
you're
You're not
you're
that
not
guy.
you're not you're not
What
that
about
guy.
you? Are you that guy? I am that guy.
Yeah, when you're getting outstroked by Marvin Vittori, and Marvin is a horrible boxer. Like he's no striker specialist. To put it that way. When you're getting outstruck by Marvin Vittori, then I don't think you're good, brother. Like I think Imavov I think Imavov wins this one. To be honest, he might even submit him. Who knows? But Imavov, I think that is one of my more confident picks. To be honest, in this card, I think he wins him. Only way is if Dolidze comes out with a meme KO, which I mean he's been shown to do that. But at 35 years old, I'm gonna pick with Imavov. But yeah, that
I
is
like it.
it.
I like it.
Yeah, that is it. That's the rest of the card. Go ahead and tell the viewers what you got cooking since it's so mysterious.
It's not really that mysterious, but anyways, I was looking at everything. I was looking through this card. I was like, what's a free play I could give the people? And I came up with the three legger.
Ooh.
I was thinking this is pretty good. Plus 289 odds, nothing crazy or anything like that. But I got Randy Brown money line mixed with a Natalia Silva money line and Urbina versus Charles Radkich over 2.5 rounds. So a total of plus 289. 1 unit or $10 will win you $28.92. And I was also thinking I have another one that I'm still on the fence of, might do some tweaks on it. But just because I'm riding with the Crimson Chin. Dober and Imava and a two-leg parlay plus 309. $10 will win you $30.86.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that. For me, it'd be Imavov, Natalia Silva, and Gilbert Urbina. That is at plus 203. So $100 will win $203.06. I think that those are the more likely people to secure your money. If we're being honest, you can get a little bit freaky and add in maybe a Molly McCann. It's a little bit better of a pick too, and it'll go up to plus 320 four-leg parlay. Pretty solid.
I was like, I might have to tell that one. That that as a four-leg parlay at plus 320 is pretty good odds, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the only ones you're gonna sweat would probably be the Imavov fight, to be honest, because I see Molly McCann repeating what she did 4 years ago. I see Natalia Silva washes Viviana Araújo. I'm just gonna put that one out there.
Mhm.
Lock of the week, Natalia Silva, by the way. And obviously
You
you're
can't be a lock of the week at minus 350.
All right, fine. We're gonna who else did I pick that I was an underdog? Uh I picked two underdogs, didn't I?
Didn't hold on. Yeah, you picked what's his name? Didn't you pick Muradov plus 125?
Yes, and I picked someone else too. That I don't remember.
Uh,
Oh, Blake Builder, of course, bro. How can we
oh
forget
yeah,
the Blake train? Um, yeah, I'm just gonna put Muradov as the lock of the week. So Muradov, lock of the week, of course. If you want to go through all of our underdogs, let's see how much that pays out. So we got Builder. You're gonna be sweating hard on that one. We
oh
got
yeah,
who else did we say? Who do we like? Oh, you like Dober. If you guys want to
yeah.
tail all both of our underdogs, so Dober, Builder,
And you said Muradov.
and Muradov. Three-leg parlay, straight underdogs. $10 wins you $127.48. $100 wins you $1,274.75. So do with that information as you please. If you want a big underdog parlay, of course you're gonna be sweating a lot.
Oh, that's for sure. You'll definitely sweat. And I think there's a lot of fights on here that could be fights that you could very much sweat. Like some of these look like it could go one way, but we know this is a fight game. It's always anyone can win. You're getting punched in the face or choked out. So, uh, underwhelming card to be honest, but there are some pretty good fights that I'm definitely going to be looking forward for. But it's just something to feed our taste and need for MMA, just so we're not begging for a Holly Holm main event, and just to get us saddled down for the next couple of UFC pay-per-views, 298, 299, and 300. So I'll take these right now until we get to the big time.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I read it's like this fight, and then there's like 11 weeks straight of MMA of UFC, just
Oh yeah.
11 straight weeks. So yeah, we have a lot looking forward to. I mean, we'll recap right now really quick what we picked. Just straight picks, by the way, no bets. Straight picks. We like Thomas Peterson. We liked Markel Medeiros. We liked
Yes.
Julia
Julia.
Storolenko. We like Blake
Mhm.
Builder. Um,
Mhm.
Themba Garimbo against Pete Rodriguez. We like Themba Garimbo. I'm rooting for my heart's rooting for Rodriguez just for the memes.
Fuck that bum. Grimba all the way.
We like Assad Maxim. We like Molly McCann, Mr. Gilbert.
I don't know if we like her.
I don't think we can like
We
her.
deal with her.
I
We
don't think
deal
we
with
can
her.
like
We
her
deal with her.
because she likes something else. But I don't think we can like
Yeah.
Molly McCann. Gilbert Urbina for sure. We like. I like Mahmoud Muradov. My boy likes Aliskov Kasyrev. We both like Natalia Silva. We both like Randy Brown in here. And I like Renato Money Moicano. My boy likes Drew Crimson Chin Dober. and we were both in agreement that Nasruddin Imavov is gonna win. So those are the picks, guys. Obviously, I'll tweet out if I take anything else. Like I said, I might take Natalie Silva inside the distance because I feel like that's very a good outcome. To be honest, I might parlay her in something crazy, and yeah, gonna take probably gonna put $1 in Charles Johnson round 3 because why not? I'm not gonna
Call the
miss out.
hotline, buddy.
Last time I missed out
Oh.
on Neil Magny.
Yeah, and that was insane. I still can't believe that. I've never been so more mad in my life than that.
33-1 ticket to win in round 3, bro. 33-1. You put
Jesus,
$100,
bro.
bro. You're having $3,300. You put a thousand
So
dollars.
crazy,
You
yeah.
put $1,000. You have 33K. You're feeding the family for the year.
I don't know about in this economy, but you definitely feeding them.
Not in Brandon's economy. That's for sure. Uh, we're breaking all the rules today, bro. All the rules.
I can tell. I'm pretty sure if we don't get taken down or demonetized, then America is great again.
Yeah.
Take that as a joke, people. Please do not cancel us.
Alrighty, guys, you know where to find us. I am on X at FTC Fobs, FTC Fobs, and my boys also on X. Tell them where they can find you.
They can find me at FTC Ed 1. I promise whoever has FTC Ed, I will be coming for you and we will fight. And then there will only be truly one FTC Ed, but I am on the X on at FTC Ed 1 because I'm number one. But looking forward to the fights. I always enjoy these weekends where we can be blessed with UFC fights. Everyone, straddle your seatbelts, get ready, because we're gonna be here for the next 11 to 12 weeks, cooking all these parlays and seeing how this ride goes. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, hopefully we can make $1 million before the 12 weeks is up, and we can retire and do this full time. But
Who
anyways,
knows? Also thinking about we might do a little ladder challenge where we put one bet and see if we can build on that throughout these 12 weeks. But who knows? We'll think about that and we'll have something for y'all in the next week when the next episode comes
dude,
out.
I actually kind of want to do that. I want to like start with the first fight with like $2, and then double
Yes, and
down
try
on
to
the next fight, and double down on the next one and next one, and see where how far I can go.
and build it all the way and see how far we can go in these weeks.
What is yeah? No, dude, just fight by fight, just straight. Like for example, first fight $2 on Peterson, and then let's say I win.
Yeah.
I win. What is that? $2. I win $1.21. So then the $3.21 would go on Maderos, and then after that I'll keep
Oh,
going.
shoot.
Huh?
Hey, who knows? We might have to do that too.
Dude, that would be fun. That would be a fun little fun challenge. No, because
That'd be crazy.
$1, $2, and then the winning of Peterson would be $3.21.
Yeah.
So, and then keep going until I can hit. I imagine you could probably hit some crazy number at the end. I mean, it's 13 fights if you get to
It'd
win them all.
probably be very crazy.
It would be disgustingly big because after that would be $5.29, and it would just keep going to $10. Yeah, shit. I might do that for the just for the gigs. But yeah, if anyone,
Definitely be a sweat.
yeah, if anyone is betting, best of luck. Again, bet what you can lose, bet what you can afford to lose. Don't go too crazy. Again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We have 12 weeks of these. So, excuse me. So yeah, bet where you can lose.
And also remember, help is available. We have the gambling addiction hotline at 1-800-662-4357, confidential, free, and help from people 24/7. So there's always someone if you need this. Just this is fun, guys. If we make money, that's amazing. Who knows? Maybe we build something out of this, but just bet what you can lose. Don't lose your house on all this stuff. Help is available, so make sure you call 1-800-662-4357 if you do need that help. And you
Absolutely.
can also reach out to us. I'm not going to help you with financial advice, but we're always here to chat with the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm not gonna help you financially, but I will be there to listen to you. And if you have a crazy MMA take, or you have maybe you have something that we're overlooking, or maybe you have an inside news on one of these people's camp, and maybe he's hurt. Tell us, let us know, because I will take a loan, and I will put money on something if we have insider news. Just like I believe it was Sterling, Aljamain Sterling against Cody. No, not yeah, no, sorry, Dylan Shaw against TJ
Oh
Dillashaw,
yeah,
where everyone,
there
I
was
think,
some news somewhere. Somebody had that.
yeah, no, somebody had information that TJ was previously injured, and then the line just came crashing down for Aljamain. But like I said, props to that guy if he had the information, because I honestly would be taking out like a 50K loan just to just to place it on something I know is gonna for sure win.
That's for sure. Pull a James Krause real quick.
Exactly.
Federal fucking prison.
Exactly. I don't care if I can't bet for the next 10 years, but I'm getting my $1 million one way or the other. uh,
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, alrighty, guys. Make sure stay tuned. The episode is gonna drop tonight. Be ready for that. It's gonna be dropping out on YouTube in our YouTube channel. But yeah, can't wait to see the fights. It is an early start, 3 p.m. in the Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know Pacific because I'm not from California over there. Eastern, Western, whatever. I don't know any of those. But Central Time, 3 p.m. It starts, and it's gonna be a good one. So hope everyone enjoyed this fight episode, and have a good one. Peace.
Peace.